Hi and welcome in this video. In this video you can already see we're gonna add on my zombie Plygo server our extra item, the AVPC Kraken. I'm gonna rename it a bit so it makes more sense, but we add not only this item, we're gonna add this item for VIP and for the sniper class, the special class sniper. So you were gonna see how we transfer from, and this item is, as you can see, 4.3. So we have the full program. We have the item which is made for 4.3, we use it for 5.0, and we use it for VIP, and we use it for sniper. And this is also a good thing, because we're gonna change also the sniper, because right now it has a custom damage, and when the sniper gets this item it doesn't need anymore this custom damage. And sniper had a bug where the knife also made this damage. It was because I forgot to include a get user weapon, the current weapon, and only if the AVP is the current weapon at the damage. I forgot to add this. As you can also see, it also has a special ability, and this special ability need the bots also to be able to use. So we're gonna download the RAW and the SMA. Starting with the RAW, I already downloaded and put the RAW content inside this folder, as you can see. And the first thing I'm gonna do is rename everything from C-Gun to AVP, to TAVP. And this stands for Toxic AVP. I just call it Toxic AVP. And we're gonna do the same with the sound files. Done. And here, everywhere where C-Gun is, we replace it with TAVP, right? Good. After we done this, we can now use this file and extract this on my live server, on my dev server, and on my fast download. Now to my dev server as first, we just place the files. Then on my live server. And on my fast download. Done. Now after we have this, we can actually remove this. But you know what, I don't remove this, I put it on my sec monitor, and now we're gonna open the SMA file. I already opened the SMA file and renamed it to CPE_VIP. Now I already opened the files we need, that's the class sniper file, and the CPE_VIP_item_AVPC item. And as you can see, it's 4.3 because of the include. We're gonna remove this, and we include CPE_VIP, which is basically CMVIP or CMVIP. CPE stands for Zombie Plygo Endless. So the first what we're gonna do is include all special class. You have always to include all special class, otherwise the special class might be also able to bite it. Not only might be, they will be able. So we have always to include everyone. And we're gonna include CPE color chat. So we don't have the standard client print, so it looks more integrated into the CP server, at CP mod. And we have to use CP AMXX since this is 4.3. I mean it's 5.0, but the type of CMVIP 1.7.2 from NS is in 4.3 style, and it uses 4.3 style of including extra items. So we have always to give the user the AMXX back if we make checks. Now we scroll basically down, plugin init, and I already see the color, and this is probably because of, let me see, when does it start? Here. Let's remove that. Is it no better? Nope, here again. We remove these usually statements, we don't need it. And it causes this IDE to misinterpret anything. So what we do is just clean up the code. I hate when people does that. I really hate it. What the fuck is this? Now let's go in CP extra item select, and we replace the CP with CV. Now we do the same with CV extra item, register extra item, and the same with CV human. And here after the cost, after the name, I mean, if I compile, you will see we get an error because the VIP plugin always expect an extra tag like boom or something, which describe the item. In this case, I just write it very. And no, I write Kraken effect. Let's write it like this. Now, after we have done this, we go inside the item. That's a way how you could write it, but you could also write it like this: if item ID is not equal to g item ID, return. And that's how I'm gonna write it, because I like it more this way. And the first what we're gonna do is, wait, let me see the old code. Okay, weapon give. So if it reaches the end of this, it gives the user the weapon. Now, if you just leave it like this, everybody will be able to, every VIP will be able to touch the VIP menu to buy this item, and this is something we don't want. For example, we don't want that zombies can buy this item, so we have to check if it's a zombie. If this is the case, return. But we also want to give the users the AMXX back since he wasn't able to buy the gun. And we can do this by using cp AMXX set ID, cp AMXX get ID plus cp item cost, like this. And we also write cp colored print ID. You cannot as zombie buy this item, like this. Great. And then let's make another check so that survivor and sniper can't also buy it. And here we just write you cannot as survivor sniper buy this item. cp AMXX set ID cp. I could just copy this line, I don't have to retype it all the time. Or let's call it special class. So if somebody is a zombie, can't buy it. If somebody is a survivor sniper, can't buy it. So only humans can buy it. Great, I think we don't have to make any other check, right? Yes. Then let's scroll up. Okay, the sniper damage make 20 from the original damage. So let's make max clip to 5. Okay, so now let's leave it as 10, temporary. Okay, here's the interesting. This is basically the green effect I showed you in the short video clip. But wherever I can, here, the weapon damage. The weapon damage is here 20.0, like the sniper damage. And what is about the radius? I think 1000 speed is okay, otherwise it becomes useless. Maybe let's make 800, let's make, I don't know, 700. Knockback you could do a little bit less. And about the damage, I'm honestly unsure. It shouldn't be too OP, right? But how many times we can use it? Is it here somewhere? Is there some, maybe somewhere there is a cooldown? And also, I just saw it, I almost forget it. You can here see Tsigan. We have of course to replace Tsigan with Toxic AVP. I think we can reverse this also. Shouldn't matter too much. Weapon. What was the old name again? AVP CP. Maybe like this. Here we write Toxic AVP. What is the cost? Because it's a arguably strong item, let's make it 60 armor packs. Or you know what, let's make it even 70. I think that's, if not even the strongest item in the game. Now let's analyze the damage. So does the player get 2 times damage? We will see, we will find it out inside the game. Let's compile it. And we got 2 errors, and this is because this was not updated in the code. It uses that CP 4.3 way of checking if it's a zombie. Here we basically do, if is it not a zombie? So if the user is not a zombie, continue. This is correct. And where is it here? CP core is zombie. Okay, great. So compile. Now I'm in my plugins folder and I move the compiled file inside the server, as you can see. And now I would say let's test it. As you can see, we don't get any error, so I can now go in-game. Okay, I think it's a bit too strong, right? So back in the code, I would say it almost took 1200 damage, and this makes sense. 700, so 600, okay, it makes sense. So let's reduce this to and this to. This means that the damage is around about, let me think. It will be around about 700 damage, which is a nice additional damage. This is 5 seconds, right? Let me think. Is it the 5 seconds we just have? Or is it this cover? Yep, it's 4 seconds. And let's make this 12 seconds, right? Or shall we make it 15 seconds? Like a small, I don't know. Let's make it 10 seconds. I think this is a good compromise. So it's not too strong, but also not too weak. Now, after we made the changes, in the AVPC plugin, the first what we're gonna do now is to remove the custom sniper damage. It's probably from the Nemesis damage. So we can remove this all along. Take damage. Yep. We can remove this both. Compile it, and then let's move the new sniper here. I restarted the server, and now let's see. What we now expected are that the sniper don't have any more a custom damage. You can see I already have. Okay, sniper doesn't have a custom damage, that's great. By the way, if you wonder why we have already the skin of the sniper, it's because I already placed in the zombie Pligo ini. Wait, I can show you. I already referenced it because I think this was just boring. Here. It's in this line here. That's all what I did. We can continue. Namely, we have CP sniper weapon. Okay, now after we have done this, we create a new function. That's, by the way, I know you can remove cover sniper weapon, and I know you can remove this and so on shit, but I do this in the brute force way for the reason I have anyway to also give it to the bots. Speaking of bots, I make it later. Here you can see a function which checks if the user is sniper, and then if it's sniper, it checks if we have a AVP. If you don't have a AVP, we simply give it a AVP. In this case, we have now this extra item, and the first thing what I'm gonna do is checking if we have some way a boolean or something where we can verify if the player has the item. For this we go on select, weapon give, player, weapon name, what is weapon key? Okay, makes sense. Okay, good. So for simplicity reasons, I test something with the item. I test what happens if I drop the item, but get an AVP. First of all, let's make everybody a zombie and myself a human. Now I gonna buy the toxic AVP. We can see what happens if I drop it, take it again. Okay, we can see also we have it on the so we can drop it. If you can drop it, the game has a reference on it. Now after we have the AVPC and the sniper damage removed, also the AVPC made compatibility and balance for our server, and we have removed the sniper damage, we just have now to make a native function to get if the player has the gun. In this case I use my cp_weapon_integrity, and we make it like native cp avp z toxic TAVP current ID. And this function basically returns true if the user has the toxic AVP in its inventory. It says right now in the hand, that's not what I want. Check if the user has extra item in its inventory. In this case, we just cp get TAVP. Let's call it like this. And this returns true if the user has it in the inventory and false if it's not. So we go back on plugin init, plugin native, like this, register library, I don't even know how we call it, register library native, no. And we simply write the same name like this, and then register native, and then what was the name again? cp get avp, like this, cp get avp, and then here new style, boom, public cp get TAVP ID, and if, and here we simply return it from the original function as toxic AVP ID, and if this is true, return true, else return false, and here we return -1. That's always a thing. So basically when it's not true and not false, which actually should never happen, but if it's happened, it's the -1. That's a thing I always do, I don't know why. Just makes more sense for me. Now we have here to include our libraries, this one, and we can do this, which include cp weapon integrity, and then on both sniper weapon integrity check, just check if sniper has TAVP, and then we use the function we created, cp get TAVP, if cp get TAVP, and if it's true, do this, else do this. In this case, if it's true, we do nothing. If it's not true, we do this. So we have to remove this type of the code, this type of the code, and also this type of the code. And here we have to enter the ID. I'm sorry, it's the I, because we are inside a loop. And here we simply give the user the ID. I just noticed I forgot to make a give command. So we make it here, cp give TAVP. And here on the register native, we just create another native, cp give TAVP, cp give TAVP. I hope I did it not correct. Yes, I wrote it correct. And then we just create a second native like this, and here we just check if cp core is zombie. If this is the case, return false. If do we return even something? I think no, we just return. Doesn't make any sense. Return. And if cp survivor get ID, if it's a survivor, we also return, but if it's a sniper, we can give it, because we want the sniper to have this gun. Like this, exactly. Compile. Great. Then we take this function and simply give it to the I. And before we give the TAVP, it would be smart if we remove our weapons, because we want to control exactly what the sniper has in its inventory if we catch some irregularities. And we can do this by doing cp strip user weapons. I think it's like this. It's just strip user's weapons, sorry. It's user, not user, sorry. I just noted. But if we strip our weapons, we have to give item, knife. So we want a knife and the TAVP to have it in the inventory, but nothing else. Just these two. And now we move it, boom. We move it here also. Great, and now we restart the server. And you can see it become okay, I know why. I found the mistake I did. It's namely, as you can see, natives, and this one misspeller made it think it's this but not natives. Anyway, you know what I mean. I just misspelled it, I forgot one S. So we drag and drop the new file here. I press compile and we get one error. Oh, yikes, I see. Well, in this case, I make it like this. And let's compile this again. Refresh, compile, replace, start the server, and you see we don't get any errors, so everything worked. I just misspelled it. And let's test if the bot, spezially the sniper, has now the AVP. Okay. Let's make myself. And you saw, we have it. Let's make a really quiet volume before we, and yep, that's the item. Okay, the bots have it. I already heard it, by the way, from the drop sound. But now, so this is working, great. So everything what I planned is working. But now if the sniper gets, if the player gets a sniper, he gets a AVP equipped. Okay, that's on remove. We need it. Apple sniper weapon model. Okay, here we go. Stripped current weapons and give sniper weapon. In this case, we do it in my way. Strip user ID, give item ID weapon knife, and we cp get TAVP and the weapon name, which is in this case the cover sniper weapon. In this case we do it like this, boom, and then we compile it, and now the sniper should have it directly. You know, because I'm confident that this is working anyway. So now what we do is basically add the bot support. And how can we add the bot support so that the bot can use the AVP? C gun. It is pretty simple. We make a set task. If I find the plugin natives, sorry, not plugin natives, plugin init here, and then we do set task 0 bot support, typing our random s number like this, and then we make it under the natives like this, and then we simply iterate touch each player. If user is not alive, we can continue. If user is a zombie, we can continue. If user is a sniper, survivor, we can continue. And this means the user is either a human or a sniper. And in this case, we check if has toxic AVPC. If user doesn't have it, we can continue. And this means the user is a human or a sniper with the toxic AVP. That's, by the way, how you check. We check if anything else is excluded. And in this case, if this is the case, we do something. And let me think what we're gonna do. To call it manually, like this. And the good is we have to check nothing because it already checks anything. And we get one error, and we have to include survivor. I forgot to include survivor. No, I did include survivor. CP class survivor get. We can use get user. Okay, I have an idea. New I target. Let's make it like this. Does body matter? No, body does not matter. But still, let's make a function. Get user aiming. So I'm gonna use this function, right? Get user aiming. And in this case, I write I target body, and how far away? I would say pretty far away, 1000. And if I target, no wait, if CP core is zombie, I target. So if the target where I'm aiming is not a zombie, we can continue. If this doesn't make any sense, but is user not alive, I target. Then we can also continue. If it's not a zombie, we can also continue. So if it's survivor, sniper, or human, this get executed and then we return early for this loop, so it's continue. And if it's a nemesis, assassin, and zombie, and it is closer than 1000, and he is aiming at it, then we hook it. Compile. Okay. That's not optimal, I'm gonna be honest. But let's make somebody else as a sniper and myself as a zombie. So I can see if the sniper is using it. Okay, it's using it. That's already a good thing. But if the sniper post weapon give CP give TAVP. What? Give item? Ah, we just give the. See, I forgot. These stupid mistakes always happen to me. I think about every single thing, but about the most obvious thing I don't think. I just think too complex all the time. This is so annoying. Yep, exactly like I wanted. So you can see everything is not working exactly like I wanted. We added the custom extra item to the sniper. We added bot support to the item, and the VIPs also have this new item. I hope you liked the devlog for today. If yes, leave a like. And don't forget to join our Discord server, endlessunited.net/discord. Sorry, it's discord.endless-united.net. And yeah, we have also servers and so on. There are also quite much players on the CP, mostly on the peak time, 6 to 8 PM. And see you next time.